If you believe that the methods that support your conclusions are superior methods, what responsibility do you have to others who may not have the same level of justification for conflicting beliefs? This is the dilemma that Sebastian faces in his life. He is a strong believer in science, facts, and logic, while his wife holds religious beliefs based on faith. His choice not to challenge her beliefs is due to his evaluation that those beliefs are not harmful. But what is his justification for believing in this lack of harm? And what would have to change in order to spur him to a different course of action? Lots of people find themselves in this situation, living with a friend or a partner who holds a conflicting belief. Do you prioritize the relationship? Or do you prioritize your convictions? How do you decide, and what factors might tip that equation in the other direction? Do you have this kind of dilemma in your life? What are your answers to these questions? Let me know what you think in the comments below. My name is Nick, and this is Conversations on the Coast. Good afternoon. Do you have time for a brief interview while we ride the train today?
Sure. Regarding what?
Cool. So I do a podcast called Conversations on the Coast.
Okay.
And so the topic the topic can be anything that's of interest to you, but the approach I use is something called navigating beliefs. And what I do is we use critical thinking to explore the justifications that support your confidence in the belief.
Okay.
Sound interesting?
Interesting. My ride's going to be a little short to get that deep, but...
How far do you go?
Just 2 stops.
Okay, well, we can give it a try, and we got 4 minutes till the train comes.
Perfect.
So, yeah, cool. So what's your name, or what can I call you?
Sebastian.
Sebastian.
Yep.
My name is Nick.
Nick, nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. And what brings you down to the train?
Commute.
Yeah.
Normal commute.
Me too. This is something that I've started doing to help make my commute a little more interesting.
There you go.
Yeah. So what's something that's important to you?
My family.
Okay.
Well, narrow that down. My wife, and my immediate pets at home.
Nice. Cool. So what's going on in the world right now, like that impacts them, or what kind of beliefs that you hold that kind of helps you connect with your family or provide support to the family, or anything you're worried about, or anything like. What I want to kind of come up with is like some conclusion that you've drawn or belief that you hold that we can kind of explore the foundations of.
What have other people said? Like, what's an example?
Well, the thing that I've kind of put a moratorium on that everybody in Seattle says is we should be kind to other people.
That's a life thing.
That's a little bit played out.
Yeah.
On the edges of things, you have people who talk about religious beliefs, political beliefs, things like that. Other people have things that are kind of more, like I've talked to a couple people who are software engineers who have ideas about like how you operate within a team or within a group of people who work together. I talked with one woman who was here with a bunch of people in the film industry, and she was talking about the relationships between a virtual art department and a traditional art department. So sometimes they're very focused.
Diverse.
So here's one way we can get into it.
Sure.
Is how do you determine what's true? So if you evaluate something, like how do you determine?
So determining truth. For me, this is one thing. Speaking of things I find important, my wife, she is quite a bit more religious than I am.
Okay.
I would not say I am at all, really.
Yeah.
But I believe she has the right to believe what she believes. It's something she grew up with and holds dear to her heart. But she doesn't, judge me for not having the same beliefs. But I've come to my beliefs by determining that religion is not necessarily true, or the existence of something may not be true. But I know that's why it's faith, and that's why she believes what she believes, and so it's not something we argue about ever, but it's just something that I find interesting. How different people can be and still get along, such as me and my wife.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So let's unpack that a little bit.
Sure.
Just to paraphrase and kind of reorder what you said, one of the implications, I think, of what you said is you're saying that her belief isn't harmful. There's no reason to counter it.
Right.
Can you think of a situation where somebody else's belief might be harmful, and so it might be less innocuous?
Oh, I don't know. There's a recent studies that suggest, I believe, I may be misquoting that.
Yeah.
I don't even want to paraphrase. Like, I'm going to be paraphrasing it like down to like basically nothing because I haven't dug too deep into it. But it was one belief that people who go to prison, the argument was that their brain wasn't developed to a certain point, therefore they can't be held accountable. And then because it was their belief or their religion, they did something. And so those types of thought processes lead to, okay, then what about the pedophiles or even more odd scenarios, bestiality, et cetera, et cetera. So what leads those people? Yeah, I don't even know. It's just something I've had recently thought about and kind of let slip from my mind. But I guess that's one.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you and your wife have talked about like her faith and her beliefs, has she said anything that's convincing to you that would cause you to believe that those beliefs are true?
Almost never. You want to get up there? Yeah.
And have any of the conversations led to her revising any of her beliefs?
Almost never.
Okay. What do you think her strongest reason is for her beliefs? Like the one that you think is maybe the best reason for her to believe? Just
faith.
Okay.
Just the word faith, the meaning behind faith, and it's like something you can't prove, but it's something you just believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much confidence should we have in a belief if it's something that we can't prove or don't have evidence for?
It's interesting. I don't know. I guess that'd be up to each individual person. Because for me, if I can't see something, like being an engineer, if I can't find the logical explanation, the scientific explanation, whatever it may be, to back it and make it fact, then I don't believe it.
Okay. There's 3 things you said in there that I really like, and I want to dig into these. Science, logic, and facts.
Right.
Can you define those 3 things for me?
Which one do you want me to start with?
Oh, anything that pops to mind.
Science and math, in some ways related, some ways not, but the things we have, some may say discovered through reasoning and logic, which I'll define in a moment, to be true.
Okay.
And we use to measure, calculate, so on and so forth, to better our everyday lives. And then that applies science and math to medical, engineering, so on and so forth. Whereas logic is the utilization, I guess, of maybe science and math or reasoning to come to an understanding or development of a fact.
So I want to go back to let's start with science, and I know where your stop is coming up right away. Why is science a good reason to build confidence that something is true?
Because it's something everybody, once a fact is a fact, everybody can call back to that, and then once reasoning against that fact or doesn't make sense, you're like, but we have this isn't like the laws of physics, for example. It's like these laws, we found something that doesn't quite line up with that, or does line up exactly with that, and now we've proven something that may have been a theory prior.
Okay. Does science ever revise its...
All the time. I'm not a science guy, but I'm sure it does, and we're discovering things all the time that make prove something as fact or disprove something that we may have thought true prior.
Cool. Awesome. Well,
appreciate the conversation.
We're at your stop, so it's been a quick
Thank
one.
you.
But Sebastian,
Nice to meet you.
terrific to meet you. And
Good luck
enjoy
with
the
it.
rest of your day.
Yeah, you as well.
Yeah, thank you. You've been listening to Conversations on the Coast, a series from Washington State featuring civil conversations using street epistemology to explore what people believe and why. Find out more at streetepistemology.com. You can learn how to have these conversations in your own life at navigatingbeliefs.com.